Welcome back to the next leg of our adventure, and as many of you remember from last time, Carly and I managed to get ourselves into a little bit of a bind, which resulted in us taking refuge in the palatial Portland Marina. If you haven't seen that episode, it's this one here, and I'll pop a link down in the description so you can find it nice and easily. And if this happens to be your first time on the channel, then I want you to pause right now, just for 2 seconds, just pause, hit that subscribe button, don't forget the notifications bell, and you can stay up to date with the story, with the adventure as it unfolds. Now, let's get back to the issue at hand, and let's see if we can get this engine sorted so we can continue our adventure west past the next, arguably the most challenging leg of the adventure, the infamous Portland Bill. Morning campers. Oh, it feels so good to have had a night tucked up in the marina, just sleeping. It's funny, you know, because when we were in Studland, we had a couple of nice nights in Studland where the conditions were lovely and calm, the anchor was set well, and we were on the boat and I said, oh, it's hardly any different to being in a marina, is it? You know, you barely even know, but you do. You really do, because I slept like a baby last night. Didn't even have to think about an anchor alarm, didn't even have to think about dragging anchor, didn't even have to think about the boat that was mooring or anchoring so close to us, didn't have to think about any of that. Tied up, had a couple of beers, put the boat back together and thought, right, we will tackle tomorrow's problems tomorrow. And now it's tomorrow. Anyway, this here, you see that? That is what came out of our diesel filter strainer. That's basically like brown, watery, sediment-filled rubbish. I've gone on a little hunt this morning to find somewhere where we can dispose of our old diesel, and now I'm really just trying to have a bit of a ring round, and the light's all a bit messed up here, and just see if we can find somebody who can help us with regards to maybe emptying the tank, draining the tank, cleaning the tank, and then refilling it with fresh, squeaky clean diesel.
Okay, so I need a top of the picture of the top. There's normally a sender on the yacht.
Okay.
Okay. If you send me that picture, then I can see what we're doing.
All right,
okay?
All right, Morris.
Okay. And then I can talk to you straight away. Okay, on the email.
Perfect. Okay. Perfect.
Right. So if you send me your email, I'll reply to you straight away, Dominic.
All right, Morris. I'll do that for you now.
Okay. Then. Thank you. Bye.
No worries. Bye now.
Part of the lazarette I've never seen before.
Yeah. So we've got 230 litres of tank space split between 2 tanks, and I'm going to grab that picture for Morris. You'll like this. 2 tanks, Morris. I think this is definitely something we need to get sorted before we attempt to round the horn of Portland Bill. Why does it always look like a bomb's gone off every single time you do even the smallest thing? I'm going to look in the lazarette. I'm going to get a screwdriver and take down a bit of headlining.
Oh, Hank.
I think Hank wants a toilet.
Yeah, let's take him.
Hank, why the long face? We're just taking Hank for a walk and heading up to the highest point we can find on Portland Bill. Go get ourselves a good vantage point as we think about the planning of our passage past this notorious hazard which has caught many a sailor out in the past. I don't know, the inner child in me thinks I should be climbing these.
No.
But the 14.5 stone man in me says, you'll break them, you idiot, and fall. So I'm not. What do we have here?
Oh no.
Torches at the ready.
No, we're not going in there.
Hank wants to go.
What if that whole thing collapses in on us, like Indiana Jones?
And then now was our time.
Careful, Hank might come across the needle.
Hank, wait for me. Wait for me. Honestly, there's no guidebook or anything. I have no idea where this goes, what it does. We're lost. We've just gone for a stroll and we're a bit lost. So, as I say, if in doubt, go in the dark tunnel. Wowzers. This is so cool. It's just a really rugged subway. It's cold, isn't it?
Really cold.
Oh wow. Kind of feels like we've landed on another planet, you know? Some old school Shatner Star Trek style exoplanet. Now, as many of you know, the point of this channel is to really showcase the very best of social media, and for the two of us to use this newfound tool to develop and harness our skills as would-be yachties. Now, what happens next, in my humble opinion, is an example of the very best of social media, where we have two guardian angels that swoop in to help us out. Now, these two ex-naval officers, no less, sailed all the way from Southampton to Portland, where we were, to see if they could lend us a hand. And this is how it went.
So we have a good friend of ours, Mark, here, who has come to help us with our fuel tanks. So let me show you what's going on.
Much room as you think we're going to have.
So, do you want me to do this wriggly bit?
Yes, if you...
Give us your head torch.
You use all yours.
Here we go.
Here's Mark to the rescue.
Well, I don't know if it's the rescue, but we're going
No pressure, Mark. No pressure. You sailed all the way down here to save our bacon.
Here we go.
Oh, here she comes.
There she comes. Right, we have unblocked that valve. And there it is. Right, let's just let that settle and see what we've got there. But we can now drain the tank. It's unblocked.
So just remind me, Mark, what exactly was your job with the Navy again? You're an engineer?
A marine engineer officer. Yeah.
A marine engineer. So you were basically...
I did start as a boy sailor stoker.
I thought there would be potentially more dirt and debris that might come out of that flow, you know?
So did I. So this is a positive.
What are your thoughts on sort of continuing to sort of pull it through until the samples...
Try and drain as much as we can off the bottom of the tank first.
Okay.
All I'm trying to do is to get into a position where we can just drain it off a bit better. We got that last container to your left over there. Can you now open the valve? You might need to shut it in a hurry, so don't take your hands off of it. See where we could. The only thing we could do, but it would be a major job, is you could take that tank top off, but you'd have to take all of that wood trellis out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then we would be able to suck out. But I'm relatively confident that we're at the lowest point of the tank. Right. Our job now is to keep going for a little while until we can get some clearer fuel from the bottom of that tank.
Our last sample. It's not too shabby at all, is it? You happy with that?
It's a lot better than it was. We have made progress. That debris there was where it was placed in the bilge, so the fuel is absolutely clear. Right, okay. I think from a sampling perspective, you have confidence that there is no sludge in the bottom of your tank.
That is reassuring. It still blows my mind that these two amazing people sailed all the way to Portland to lend us a hand, and the very least Carly and I could do in return is to take them out for a spot of supper and a couple of well-deserved beers. Yeah. Anyway, I just want to say thank you for saving our bacon and coming down.
Yes.
Cheers.
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 Safe travels.
Chin, chin.
And no sooner had they arrived than they were leaving us again, setting sail first thing in the morning into a thick, mysterious, heavy fog on their way back to the Solent. Next on the agenda, it was time to set up our plan Bs, our plan Cs, and hell, even plan Ds. Backups on top of backups. Let's get cracking.
First up, fuel filters. Lots and lots of fuel filters. Your filters, lots of filters.
Alright, so this is part of our plan B strategy. We've got a brand spanking new tank which is full of diesel. I'm going to put a tiny bit of this Marine 16 diesel bug treatment, prevents and eradicates diesel bug. The guys in the forum let me know about that, so thanks. But yeah, so just in case, our new filters, our drained system, if that all fails, then we can plug this directly into the pump, the diesel pump, and yeah, we've got an emergency 20 litres of diesel, which is clean, which we can use to get us back somewhere safely, or to somewhere safely. So I'm just going to put like half a capful in here, just a little bit, and then like I say, that is our plan B. Everything's gone wrong. Get out of jail free card when it comes to dirty diesel, at least anyway. Now, all that remained to be done was a mini sea trial inside the harbour itself, just to make sure everything was running as it should do, although not before letting some of the good folk in the port know what we were up to, just, you know, just in case we get into a bind again. We just thought we'd let you guys know, our boat is sailing yacht Kadoa. Yeah. We've been having all sorts of engine issues with her for the last week. That's alright, it's fine. I'm hoping that we've got them sorted. We're not 100% sure, so we're just going to do a little sea trial just in the harbour. And we just wanted to give you guys a heads up.
We also wanted to know if we had any issues, if you would be so kind to tow us back.
I would.
You would?
I would help you.
Thank you very much.
That's okay, yeah, no problem, I can take it.
Wonderful.
Alright, thank you very much for your help.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oil level looks good. Doesn't appear to be anything in the strainer. Plenty of coolant. Belt looks good. Looks like it's all fairly evenly worn, not too slack. Looks like that visit from Mark is paying off. Dusting the cobwebs off the old life jacket.
Yes.
For our harbour sea trial.
Well, after hearing his stories, I think he's got a point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark has seen and done some things I hope to never see or do. Portland Marina, this is sailing yacht Kadoa. Come in, over.
Kadoa, this is Portland Marina. Go ahead, please.
Portland Marina, this is Kadoa. It's just a quick courtesy call to let you know that we are just about to head out into the harbour now to perform our sea trial. Over.
Kadoa, that's absolutely fine. Many thanks for the information, and Portland Marina standing by.
Thank you very much. Out.
Let's hope we don't need to call them.
Yeah, it's nice to know they're there though, just in case.
Yeah.
So, let's get my life jacket.
Yeah.
Let's get Hank's life jacket. Let's light the fires and kick the tires. It's probably the other way around, but you know how it goes. Alright, Hanky, it's time for your life jacket. There we go. Is that good? Oh, sorry, man, I'm not going anywhere. All clear at the front.
Did I have my serious face on again?
Probably did have a serious face on. You put your camera face back on now. Which pleases it.
No, my normal face. It's just that it is very foggy. Yeah, I'm really hoping we don't have this tomorrow. I can't have threat of thunderstorms and fog and Portland Bill all and a potentially faulty engine all in one hit. That's too much.
You excited? Where do you think we're going? Where do you think we're going? You excited? You and a waggy tail, where do you think we're going? Oh look, you think we're going somewhere really good, don't you? Mate, we're just doing a sea trial. But if all goes well, we will be going somewhere really cool. There'll be new beaches for you to run up and down, new mountains for you to climb, cliffs for you to explore. Alright, yes. I'm excited too. Let's see how this one goes.
Pretty flat waters for agitating the fuel. I think we need to do some donuts.
It was indeed dead calm out there. The sea was super flat, there was no wind, so in an attempt to agitate the tanks and give everything a good stir, Carly, she got creative. Oh, it almost looks like you've written a word.
The A's are a little bit difficult without going up and down, but...
Yes, I'm going to be glad to see you're taking this seriously. Let me go and check everything is okay in the engine room. Hank's fast asleep. Going down. Hello, Diesel, my old friend. Come to talk with you again. And I hope you don't make me seasick. Didn't take Hank long.
Okay.
Didn't take Hank long.
Really?
Oh, sorry mate, they'll wake you up. It's so chill on the boat. Thankfully everything went well in our harbour sea trial, and that concludes our mechanical preparations ahead of the big day. So be sure to join us next time and find out how Carly and I get on in our first ever attempt at rounding Portland Bill. Bye for now.